जयपुर जैज एंड ब्लूज फेस्टिवल 28 फरवरी से। सेंट्रल पार्क में होगा 3 दिवसीय फेस्टिवल। दिल्ली के म्यूजिशियन ध्रुव विश्वनाथ 29 फरवरी को करेंगे परफॉर्म। ध्रुव ने पत्रिका के साथ शेयर की अपनी म्यूजिकल जर्नी। जयपुर के सेंट्रल पार्क में 28 फरवरी से शुरू होने जा रहे जयपुर जैज एंड ब्लूज फेस्टिवल में दुनिया भर से नामचीन कलाकार अपनी प्रस्तुति देंगे। यह इवेंट राजस्थान पत्रिका के साथ राजस्थान टूरिज्म और यूनेस्को की सहभागिता से शहर इंडिया की ओर से आयोजित किया जा रहा है। एक ओर जहां अमेरिका, कनाडा, क्यूबा, जर्मनी के आर्टिस्ट अपनी परफॉर्मेंस देंगे, वहीं भारतीय कलाकार भी अपनी प्रतिभा से लोगों को मंत्रमुग्ध करेंगे। ऐसे ही एक भारतीय कलाकार हैं ध्रुव विश्वनाथ। पत्रिका के साथ उन्होंने अपनी म्यूजिक जर्नी को शेयर किया।
Hi, my name is Dhruv Vishwanath and I am from New Delhi and I'll be playing at the Jaipur Jazz and Blues Fest thanks to Sehed. Now, I know you guys have a couple of questions for me, so here I go. What made you take up music? Well, I was 7 years old when I started learning the piano, and I had a piano teacher in the same building as I lived in. And one morning, my mom decided to take me for my first piano lesson, saying, "Women fawn over pianists." So, as a 7-year-old kid, I didn't know what to do with that information, but music seems to have stuck to me ever since then, and I haven't let it go. So, I guess you could say music and I became best friends since the age of 7. Which type of music do you listen to mostly? I find myself listening to a lot of different kinds of music. Anything that can inspire me to make something new, something fresh, something different. But it's just something that makes me feel special inside. It could be anything from hip hop to pop music to big band music to classical music. It could be anything. But I really enjoy listening to as many different kinds of music as I possibly can find. From whom did I take my first lessons in music? I think I answered that in the first question. I had a piano teacher who lived in my building at the same time. Her name was Wendy Auntie, very sweet lady. And she had a piano in our house, and her son used to always play video games behind me. It was quite fun. How's jazz different from other genres of music? So, jazz, I feel, is like music without boundaries. It's for those who love the taste of wine, or like things like arbi, everything that needs a very everything that needs a very specific taste. So the only thing that one can know and one can sort of love about jazz is that it can embody anything. It's like a chameleon. It takes anybody. It can take people from any sort of stream of music and any believer of music or anything of the sort. You can just grab a hold of them very easily, and I feel that's I think that's the strongest thing about jazz, and I think that's what makes it very different. It's very fluid, and it doesn't feel like it belongs just to one place. How did you see the future of jazz? So, how did I see the future of jazz? Well, I invented a time traveling machine, and then I kind of stepped into it and went to the future of it, and then I don't think anybody said hi normally anymore. Everybody said hi like this, jazz hands. I'm kidding, but I think the future of jazz is I think it involves a lot more experimentation. I feel what we're slowly seeing is that every genre is redefining themselves slowly. You find yourself singer-songwriters are also slowly entering the world of hip-hop. You've got you've got big pop stars who are slowly entering different places with their music and everything of the sort. So I feel like jazz has its own way of growing, and I feel like it's technologically changing. Like the number of new synth patterns and the number of new drum beats and the way that people are producing jazz now, it doesn't feel like it's only limited to just existing as jazz anymore. It exists everywhere. Who are your favorite artists? I have a lot of artists, and I kind of listen to, my favorites kind of change from time to time. Currently, I've been stuck on Tame Impala's new album, The Slow Rush, and it's just something I've been listening to over and over again. But, I really find myself listening to a lot of artists like Snarky Puppy a lot. And bands like Wolfpack, and maybe a lot of other singer songwriters as well and everything of the sort. But I really like music which tends to feel like it's arranged to feel much larger than life. And I think that's a very special trait. It's very hard to make music that seems larger than life. And I always seem to find myself gravitating towards guys who can make that. Like Jacob Collier is one very interesting fellow. So who knows? Um, what are you passionate about other than music? Okay, I'm a big football fan. I am a big supporter of Chelsea Football Club. I watch a lot of football. Whenever there's a match, it doesn't matter which team is playing. I do have a team I support, but I will stay up late at night just to watch football matches. I'm also a big and avid video gamer. I don't really like to talk about it so much because I feel like it's my own thing. But I really love playing video games. Video games, the way you can sort of engross yourself in a story and just lose yourself entirely. It's such an interesting prospect. So I really love being a part of that. And it's a very, very interesting process by which you could just understand how the worlds of something that's so visual and something that's so, orally challenging, like, the way that people design worlds and, how you make them believable and livable. It's such an interesting thing. Have you ever been to Jaipur before? Any place you wish to explore? I've been to Jaipur 3 times, 3 or 4 times in my life, and I have seen a fair bit of the city. I don't think I've seen all of it, but in the time that I have been in Jaipur, I feel like it's a city by which you have to anyway spend time exploring. You cannot get away with just a simple visit here and there and just expect that you're gonna have seen pretty much the entire history of India. And that's what Jaipur feels like. It feels like all of India's history has just come and met itself in one place. It's got so many stories. And if anything, I want to feel like I had never been to Jaipur before so that I could explore all these things again and again. So pretty much like a 51st date scenario. Do you think music bridges gaps amongst cultures? I think, like I said earlier, I feel, I think music is one of those things where you can really identify where somebody really borrows ideas from someone else. It's a very open and giving sort of atmosphere. When you're making music, you kind of realize that you take inspirations from other cultures without even thinking about it. We're constantly making music in ways by which we are where constantly, like, you'll find the biggest beats. Like Justin Timberlake uses tablas in his music. You've got all of Bollywood kind of progressing into this more dancey clubhouse kind of music. So I feel like culture, the aspect of culture is so relevant in music in any way. It's just that we never really notice how much it's present, and it's a very special thing. It's like one of those unique things about music in general, that it survives because of the fact that it envelops so many different cultures. I mean, you could be listening to something that's an Afrobeat song and just suddenly feel like you want to dance to it here. And the power of reggae, almost like it powered an entire culture of Rastafarianism. So you have no idea how something can grow and how impactful and how something could be. So you have to understand that music in itself is a culture which welcomes all cultures. What efforts are you making to promote your style? Absolutely none by the looks of it. But the thing is that I've always been known as, for at least those who know me, I've always been seen as a guy who plays the guitar in a percussive fashion and everything of the sort. But I think the one thing that really gets to me is the fact that I am a musician with, a musician who really likes to write songs, and I want to be known as a better songwriter. So I hope that with my newer songs that I'm set to release later this year, that we'll have something special to talk about in terms of being a songwriter. And that's something I really want to try and focus on. The more I grow, the more I write. I'd like to be a better songwriter, and that's the thing I'd like to talk about more. Take us through your musical journey so far. Well, you already know that I started playing the piano at the age of 7. When I was 13 years old, I found the guitar to be my favorite toy, I suppose. And I didn't really have any teachers or anything of the sort, so I kind of taught myself the instrument. And years went by, and I used to play the electric guitar and play it really quickly, like. But as time passed, I kind of plateaued a bit, and I wasn't writing any songs. And it wasn't until my father passed away when I was 16 years old that I finally found a place for my passion to sort of speak out, and that's how music came to me. I mean, it was under tragic circumstances, but ever since then, I've just been making music and trying to not really look at the end goal of what the music will achieve, just make things that make me happy. And and each song feels like it. I've said it before, but it feels very therapeutic to me, and it feels like it heals a part of me every time I make a song. Any dream you wish to fulfill? I have a lot of dreams. I actually have them written on my whiteboard. But my biggest dream right now would be to get a chance to play at the Royal Albert Hall in London. I've seen so many videos of concerts there, and I've seen the way the crowd assembles around the stage and how beautiful it is. And I would love the chance to get to play to an audience of that size in a venue like that. And the Royal Albert Hall has always been a dream. I've never been, and I hope I can go one day. If you have three wishes from a genie, what would they be? One, play at the Royal Albert Hall. That would be one big thing, but with a big crowd and everything of the sort. I think two would be to have one of my songs nominated for a Grammy. I don't mind if I win or not. Being nominated would be a big, big dream of mine. And I think more than anything else, I think the biggest thing I would probably wish for is just to live a happy life, and just be happy in general. And I think that comes with what you find within. Of course, if the genie is there, he's gonna help me easily. So boom. How do you think this electronic music will connect with the audience of India, in particular of Jaipur? I like to think that the audience of India is it's so very varied, and it's so unique and so colorful. Everybody has a different set of ears, and you never know what somebody's going to like and what somebody isn't. I think electronic music is. I mean, in relation to one of your previous questions, I think electronic music is one of those things which finds itself being one of those gateways, to sort of connecting all these cultures together. You never know what element is from where, and I think it would be very narrow-minded to think that your electronic music would not have as big of an impact, to the people of Jaipur and the people of India. I think, in particular, as far as this festival is concerned, the thing is, we need to celebrate it for what it is. It's a festival, and we're all going to have a great time. And no matter what music we're listening to, we're all going to enjoy ourselves. And to some extent, I do know people do enjoy electronic music a lot more than others. Everybody has their own genres. So it'd be nice to see the city of Jaipur collect and have a wonderful evening, a wonderful couple of evenings, just to dance and be merry. And who knows? It doesn't really matter what people are listening to. If it's electronic music, if it's jazz, if it's blues, if it's singer-songwriter like myself. Please be myself. But it's all about having a good time. And I think no matter what you listen to, you're gonna have a good time. All right, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have had a nice time. Thank you so much for the wonderful questions. I'm going to go and make some more musics, and I will see you on the 29th of February at the Jaipur. Well, I will see you on the 29th of February on the Jaipur Jazz and Blues Festival, and I'm really excited. It's my first time playing in a festival in Jaipur, so I can't wait for this. No, it's not. It's my second time playing in a festival in Jaipur, but I'm just really thrilled that I'll be playing to a new audience, and I'll be playing a new set and new songs that I hope I can entice you with. So have a nice time. Thank you so much. My name is Dhruv Vishwanath from New Delhi, India, and I will see you soon.
2020 में पाठकों के सपने होंगे साकार। आप भी जीत सकते हैं घर और कार। पत्रिका रीडर्स फर्स्ट, पाठकों के लिए सुनहरा मौका, करोड़ों के लाखों पुरस्कार, 2 बेडरूम फ्लैट, फैमिली कार और सोने का नेकलेस। साथ ही हर पाठक को मिलेगा गारंटीड उपहार। आज ही अपनी प्रति बुक करें और अपना उपहार पक्का करें।